All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And guys, in this video, we're going to get straight into praising our King Wampa because I want to talk about the gear acceleration. So first and foremost, Wampa, I just want to say that even though you're not always in my team, you are always right here in my heart. Guys, if you want to see this channel, I should say this, if you want to see me get Wampa to Relic 8, what you need to do is smash that subscribe button, leave likes, leave comments, get this channel to 5,000 subscribers. I am not going to be wasting precious Relic 8 materials unless you guys get this channel to 5,000 subs, all right? So go on again, smash that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's get into these new gear acceleration changes, guys. And I want to start off in my journey guide to kind of talk through, right? So the gear acceleration, if you guys missed it in the forum post, there's been a lot of coverage about this, but with the new title update that came out, everyone's talking about the new territory battle. And I haven't really yet discussed that this gear acceleration was thrown in there. So your core gear, right? Stun guns, Carbani, stun cuffs, Mark 8 bioimplants, like all of these pieces right here even, right? All of these, their cost was almost, you could say, cut in half, or the other way to think about it is that the amount you were getting was doubled for the same price. So I'm going to go into my shipments and show you guys the exact way this happened. So right here, Carbanis, right? You get 20 of these for 280 crystals. And if I scroll down a little bit, I want to see if I can find a full Carbani in here. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll do this. Let's go down to the journey guide. I think Sam, right? You need a Carbani in this. All right, so let's click on salvage and find it. Perfect. All right, so in the weekly shipment, I can get 10 of these for 280 crystals, right? Because the weekly shipment store has not updated yet for me. Or I can go to regular shipments and get 20 of them for 280. So you can see here that they have doubled the amount of Carbanis I'm going to get for the same price. This is a huge change for so many reasons, right? Number one, guys, this is going to get you to this point in the game faster, right? To gear 11, gear 12 faster, which is absolutely what we were needing. Yes, I think we love relics, right? I would love if they were like, oh, hey, guess what? Relic 8 is easier now. But that's not realistic, right? That's not the way this game has worked, right? It takes them a while to make these gear changes. And when they do, it's really helpful. And I think this change is really designed to help newer players in the game catch up a little bit, right? Get to that point where you can start working on relics. Because one of the biggest problems we have is and I'm going to go to my journey guide and I'm going to start a new farm so I can kind of show you guys how impactful this change would be. So I go to Jabba the Hutt and I'm going to begin this journey, right? So if I was to go to Jabba the Hutt and go to my journey guide, look at all the characters I would need to gear, right? Carbanis, stun cuffs, stun guns, the hollow projectors, all of that. I would be stuck for months farming those pieces, right? Before I even could think about relics for them, right? And that was a huge problem for a lot of players, is that these Galactic Legend farms were so daunting because it took so long to accumulate all of this gear, right? That you think for a lot of people who have multiple GLs, you've been playing for how long? So I think this change is fantastic. I think it's doing a lot of really good things to help alleviate that crunch that you can start focusing on relics a lot earlier in your account, right? So I do want to go back in here before I forget and just go back onto Lord Vader so I can easily keep gearing some of the characters I'm working on. Now, they did go into the scavenger, and they said they would do this, right? Is they took all of these, pieces and they cut them in half, right? So, this stuff used to be 6, now it's only worth 3. This stuff used to be worth 20, now it's 10, right? Yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing, guys. I don't really think this is a problem. And I'm going to explain why I don't think it's a problem. Number one, you're getting more of it, right? That it's still the same conversion rate as it was because you're getting double the gear. So they just have the cost of this. So they didn't change the relics, right? It didn't get harder, right? And I actually think it got easier. And here's how I'm going to show it. So I'm looking, hold on a second. I'm kind of doing this, off the cuff real time here. I would have sworn that Chirotechs were available to trade in for, not that I ever would have traded them in for Aroidium heat sinks, but I would have sworn they were in here. I'm going to have to go check older videos And I'll update that in the description, guys, if I see them in there. Someone else can put in the comments too, but I would have sworn you could have done Kyratex for avoiding heat sinks. Not that I ever recommend it, but I would have sworn you could do that. But anyway, so here's where I'm getting at. So yes, like these prices were cut in half, right? That it's now going to take a lot more of these to get, the same price, right? That I'm going to get one of these before where I would have gotten, 5 would have gotten me there, right? Here's the other side of this though. The gear doubled, right? You're going to have more of it. So the way to think about this, and the way I really think about it, is in the current state, if you got 50 stun cuffs, right? That's going directly on a character that you need. And then maybe you need 50 more. Well, now you're going to get 100 of them. So boom, they're on a character right away. You don't have to wait that extra time. And so you're going to get through it faster. And they're going to start accumulating because you're probably going to get more of them than you need. And so then you're going to be able to take them and put them into relic pieces. And that's where I think this update is actually really helping that we just haven't realized yet. Is because your gear intake is going to be doubled for a lot of these pieces, you're going to end up getting more of them, being able to use more of them for relics. Because maybe you needed, say I'm going to get, call it, say before I was getting 10 Carbonis a day, right? And let's say my need was 15 a day, right? Just call it, a number, right? That I needed 15 of them a day and I was able to get like 10. Now I'm going to be able to get 20. My need is still 15. So I have 5 extra Carbonis, which either means that I'm going to be gearing up more characters or I can put them to relics. And that's where I think this gear change is going, guys. Hopefully you guys have been following along with what I'm saying, right? That yes, they cut this in half, but before you were never even thinking about using, look, I have them locked, so I could never use these 4 relic pieces, right? So with them doubled, now that starts entering into your head that maybe you think about, using your stun cuffs for, avoiding the heat sinks if you need it. Or maybe you start thinking about using some of the pieces you never would have thought of using for relics because you're going to get double the amount. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I think this gear change, again, outside of how crazy some of the requirements are for this new territory battle, right? I do think that this is a really positive change. It's a really great update. I'm super excited. I think that this new TB will be extremely important, guys. But I think it's something to work towards. If you're a newer guild, I'm just going to plug this in here and we'll get out of here, right? If you're a lower level guild, don't panic, right? Do not panic. Just take your time, get here slowly. I'll do some separate videos on this as the event starts. We currently have 3 days. I cannot wait, guys. I'm so excited. But as always, may the force be with you. I love every single one of you. Keep on smashing that subscribe button. Wampa is king, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.